My name is Kenzie Marte. I'm a field executive and trainer here in the Houston market. Well, you're not here, but in Texas. And I'm joined by my colleague, Amelia Spiridon, which is a field executive in the Austin area. So we're incredibly excited to be here to partner with you all today. And I wanted to say on behalf of Clinique, my colleague and myself, to thank you so much for your service. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. We're incredibly excited to partner with Dress for Success and the Texas Veterans Commission because, like both organizations, we at Clinique believe in empowering women and helping to provide the tools to do so. I've dedicated my entire career to really empowering women and to teach them. It's one of the things I'm the most passionate about. Amy and I are really passionate about doing both. And again, we're happy to be here. So during our time today, we will be sharing tips and tricks on how to create healthy skin, how to create the perfect foundation complexion. And then we're also going to teach you 2 different polished makeup looks. At the end of our presentation, we're going to share how you can book a one-on-one session with Amy or myself. And we're also going to really just today, the purpose of our presentation is to help give you the ideas and kind of help you craft healthy skin and a polished makeup look. And then during our one-on-one sessions, we will provide specific product recommendations and specific colors. So we're not really focused too much on specific products and colors today because we'll kind of be deep diving into that to custom fit your perfect makeup consultation and to achieve your specific skin goals. So during this chat today, we would love for you to interact with us. So if you see on your top right-hand screen where it says more, or if you're on your phone, there is an option for you all to interact in the chat. So feel free to ask any questions. The chat will be monitored. And then also feel free to show us some love. So you can raise your hand if you have a question. You can give us thumbs up, or you can just send us a heart because you like what you're hearing. And then you can see kind of in the chat that we're going to send you our email as well later on in our presentation. So at the end of our chat, we're really hoping that you come or leave our time feeling informed, inspired, confident in creating your best skin and makeup. So you all kind of, well, you didn't miss it, but during the beginning of our chat, one of our women from the Texas Veterans Commission asked a really cool question. And she asked, why do you all wear the lab coats? And I thought that was kind of a great question. And I answered. So one of the things that makes Clinique incredibly unique is not only these really cool lab coats, right? But we're the world's first dermatologist developed brand. We exist as a brand to create great skin for everyone and every age. To sum it up, you all, Clinique knows what we offer, and we also know what we don't offer. So we are a phthalate-free, paraben-free, fragrance-free brand. We exist just to create happy skin simply, effectively, and safely. So I want to kind of get into talking about what creates healthy skin. So if you see on the slide, Amy is showing an illustration on what healthy skin is. So there's a few components into creating healthy skin. You could feel free to write notes, but I just wanted to share with you sort of what those are. So a balance of oil and water is incredibly important to creating healthy skin. A continual cell turnover is incredibly important. An intact moisture barrier, so your skin can hang on to moisturizers longer and over time. A strong support structure. So if your support structure in your skin is really strong, it's not lacking and it won't create those sort of fine lines and wrinkles or lack of lifting and firming. And then also the last component to having healthy skin is having even complexion. What gets in the way of even skin, or I'm sorry, healthy skin? So I always like to share a couple of different kind of tips, but I wanted to share with you something. So especially today, we wash our hands probably 458,000 times, right? So I wanted to show you all, I have washed my hands at least twice today. And I want to show you my hand here. I have a piece of tape that I'm going to put on my hand. And I really want to show you what gets in the way of healthy skin. So can you all see this piece of tape? This is not dirt. This is dirt, oil, and debris. Again, I took a shower this morning. I washed my hands a couple of times. This is what happens and what gets in the way of healthy skin every single day. So imagine not, and we do create 26 layers of dead skin a day. So if you do not cleanse, exfoliate, and moisturize every single day, you will get this built up times 1, times 2, so on and so forth. So I just really love this visual because it really just sort of sets the tone for what's getting in the way. So let's talk about how to create healthy skin. So typically there are 3 steps in create. Oh, we can stay on that slide, Amy. There are 3 steps to ensure the healthy skin, as I was sort of sharing on the last slide. You always want to cleanse, you want to exfoliate, and you want to moisturize. You're going to do these 3 things no matter what product you're using twice a day. If you're a makeup wearer, you're going to use a makeup remover before these 3 steps. Cool? So we're going to keep it really simple for you all. No matter what, you're going to cleanse, exfoliate, and moisturize. And we actually have some products that actually help you keep your skin very even. I saw someone in the chat saying that your iris and your skin will never be one color. We actually do have a redness solutions line. That's kind of funny to help you achieve that calm, soothed skin. Soothed skin. So why use a makeup remover? Wanted to share with you all that cleansers do not remove makeup. You need something that is going to be able to break down all of that makeup and those sort of ingredients to really, really, really melt the makeup off. Your cleanser is not going to remove makeup. Your cleanser is incredibly important because that's what lifts the dead skin. So the cleansing lifts dead skin while the exfoliator helps to sweep away the dead skin off the surface so your skin can receive your moisturizer and any other skincare products that you could or could not use in your skincare routine. So cleanse, exfoliate, moisturize, use your makeup remover. If you if you wear makeup, 3 products twice a day. Now let's talk about our different skin types, or the different skin types. Could you all put in the chat what skin type you think you are? Just based on, living with your skin your whole life. Combination skin, perfect. Combination. Well, this does not surprise me because fun fact, you all, combination skin is the most popular skin type, but let's walk through all of them. So there are 4 different skin types. There's very dry, there's dry combination, there's combination oily, and there's very oily. At Clinique, we number these skin types as 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's talk about very dry, or how all the skin types look and feel. So very dry skin feels really tight all over. It's uncomfortably dry. It almost feels like your skin feels 2 sizes too small for your face, right? So you're going to have dry T-zone and you're going to have dry cheeks. That is very dry, and that is a skin type 1 at Clinique. Dry combination skin, you're going to have some sort of oil in the T-zone, whether it be your nose, your forehead, or your chin, but your cheeks are still dry. That is the dry combination skin type. That's number 2 at Clinique, and that's what a lot of you all put in your chat that you are. That's the most popular. The combination oily skin type would be a skin type 3 at Clinique. So this would be considered normal skin, to where your skin feels just right. It actually doesn't even feel like you have to wash your face. Your skin is, your cheeks are very comfortable, and your T-zone usually has some excess oil, or it can be comfortable as well. It feels really good all the time. It doesn't feel like you ever have to wash your face, even though we absolutely should be twice a day. And number 4 skin type at Clinique is very oily. So I am a skin type 4. I am shiny time on my cheeks and in my T-zone all the time, no matter what. Skin type 4. So after understanding and learning about the different skin types, how many of you were right about your current skin type and how many of us need to make some adjustments? Oh, that's what I see, a 3. Alrighty, so how do we figure out your perfect skincare routine and your custom fit skincare routine? So at Clinique, we have an app, which is really, really exciting and groundbreaking, called Clinical Reality. We will, this is an app to help you fit or find your custom skincare routine based on your skin type and your skin goals. This is an app that on this next screen, if you're on your phone, I'd love for you to either take a picture of this QR code on the left, or you can take a screenshot if you're on your iPad. But this, we want you all to utilize this QR code to find your ideal skincare routine. What you're going to do is, once you scan the QR code, it's going to prompt you to take a picture of your face in real time, or you can upload a selfie. It's going to scan the skin. And at Clinique, we are literally scanning for the different kind of aggressors that could be happening or not happening in your skin. So after it makes an assessment, it's going to ask you what products that you're willing to use. And then it's going to recommend, based on your answers, it will give you product recommendations. That is a great question, Patty. We would like for you to do this clinical reality scan without makeup. You're going to get the best results for sure. The really great thing is you'll actually see in the computer where the computer takes up, notices the things in your skin. I saw downloading now. It does have a makeup clinical reality. There's a makeup one and a clinical reality for your product recommendations. Clinical reality will always recommend a custom fit foundation based on your skin type if you scroll all the way down to the bottom. But we want you to scan this right now, because when you book a one-on-one consultation, you already, sort of have some time to kind of play with it. And then we can get right into the product recommendations and then going into the tips and tricks to custom fit your skin goals and your makeup goals. Great questions. Do you all have any other questions about clinical reality? All righty then. Well, I thank you so much for letting me talk to you about how to create healthy and perfect skin at Clinique, your perfect skin at Clinique. I will now turn it over to my colleague, Amy, to walk us through foundation fundamentals.
Hi, everyone. Thanks again for joining us. I'm super happy to be here. Like Kenzie said, I'm going to walk you through a really basic skincare routine. So the first thing I did today when I woke up, I got in the shower and I cleansed my skin. So this is our liquid facial mild soap. I'm a dry combination skin, so this is the one I love to use. But I absolutely love how clean this makes my skin feel and how comfortable it feels. So Kenzie really talked about that balance of oil and water, which is really important. The second step she mentioned is our clarifying lotion. So we call this a liquid exfoliator. And I'm going to go ahead and do one side of my face. So one side of my face actually has makeup on, and the other side I'm doing demonstration for you guys today. So we'll just do the side I haven't touched yet. And what this does is sweeps away all those dead skin cells. So all your makeup, your skincare will go on better, wear better, and penetrate deeper into the skin. The next step, which I saw somebody mention in the chat, they mentioned sunscreen. So if it's daytime and you prefer a sunscreen in your daytime moisturizer, definitely go for it. This one is our Super Defense Broad Spectrum. It has an SPF 25. This is a fatigue fighter. So it actually energizes the skin. It's got caffeine in it. It's got vitamin C. And this actually just helps make your skin look a little more vibrant and awake. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this on the side. It feels amazing. And then if it was nighttime, you would use your makeup remover, right? So my favorite makeup remover is our Take the Day Off Lids, Lips, and Lashes. We have this in 3 forms. We have it in a cleansing balm, which you can do all over your face. It's like a makeup melt, is what I like to call it. And then we also have makeup wipes if you're a lady on the go, maybe going to the gym, or maybe you're traveling. These are just a great one and done type of thing. but I want to show you how great this one works. So I actually have some liquid eyeliner I put on my hand. I drew a little heart. So you shake this up. It has what we call a wash and rinse cycle. And if this were on your eye, you would just take a little cotton round or a cotton ball. And this, once this dries down, like this doesn't go anywhere. So I'm wiping it and it's not moving. So I'm going to take this and it is gone. So this works extremely well at getting stubborn eye makeup off. So now that I've prepped my skin, I am ready to move into some amazing foundation, just a basic routine. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys is our Moisture Surge 100. It's my favorite product. You can see my little Moisture Surge behind me. This is a gel-based moisturizer, or it can be a moisturizer booster. So I'm combo dry. I like a little more hydration. So I'm just going to add a little bit more. But the other thing I love about Moisture Surge is it's got hyaluronic acid in it. It's got aloe, so it really calms the skin. But this also acts as a primer to my foundation. So it really just helps smooth out any imperfections. So now I'm ready to apply my foundation. So we have some really great coverage options at Clinique. We offer our Moisture Surge, I can't say that, it's a tongue twister, Sheer Tint Moisturizer. This comes very light to deep shades. And then we also have our Clinique Id Bb Gel. This is customizable to your skin concern, but the BB gel actually adjusts to your skin tone. So I'm going to show you what that looks like on the back of my hand. You just take a little bit, I'm going to rub it in. And this is like giving your skin a tint of sunshine. And this is for light to medium skin tones.
And then Amy, are you going to show them the QR code for the foundation finder?
Yes, I will do that at the end of this presentation. I'll show it to you. Can you guys see the different color of my hands? Notice it just gave me like a little light suntan. But I'm a lady in beauty, right? So I like a little more coverage in my foundation. So I'm going to put on our Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation. This actually has 3 serums in it. But this gives a satin matte finish. If you're a little more combo oily, you might like that kind of matte finish, which is great. I'm literally taking like less than a pea size and I'm going to apply it to the side that I haven't done yet. So this is our buff brush. You can just use a stippling motion, kind of go around the skin, around your face. And this just gives really great coverage, but it does not feel heavy, which is one thing I love about all of our foundations at Clinique.
And just to share anything a part of our Even Better foundation franchise will reduce a dark spot 2 shades in 4 weeks. So like Amy said, there are several different formulas. There's an anti-aging formula. There's a formula that helps to hydrate. There is a formula that focuses primarily on the evening of skin tone. So just know that all of the anything that says Even Better helps to even the skin tone.
Yes, absolutely. The other thing I love about our Even Better collection is we have over 42 shades. So I noticed some of our guests were talking about how fair skinned they are or how they usually can't find something to match. We have so many options for you. So we usually are able to match any and every skin tone. The next thing I want to talk about is our Even Better concealer. Again, good for use, good for skin ingredients. This is something you just put on any imperfections you want to conceal. I have a lot of dark circles and puffiness under my eyes, so I like to use my concealer to conceal that. And so I just swipe right underneath. And then a lot of us have discoloration on our eyelids. So I like to put some on my eyelid because it also helps prime your eyelid for eyeshadow. This also has this really cool doe foot applicator that you can put. As you can see, I use mine every day, which is why it's a little used. But the doe foot allows you to really get in those nooks and crannies right underneath the eye area. Now, the other cool thing about this concealer is you pick the color. If you want an exact match, you can pick it comes in the same color as your foundation. So I wear ivory foundation, and this is an ivory colored concealer. If you like it a little lighter, you can always move up a shade.
And because this is an even better concealer, you all, it actually helps to reduce dark circles, which is amazing. And it's a crease resistant formula and humidity proof formula. And the sponge on the even better concealer is antibacterial. So it's not going to spread icky wickies.
Yes. Thank you for that.
You got it.
Next thing I'm going to do is apply a bronzer. So here's my bronzer. Oops, sorry. There we go. A really cool, easy tip and trick is you just literally make a number 3 on the side of your face. So you start at the forehead and you come down and you make a number 3. Now this is where the sun would normally hit your skin. So it just gives you a little sun-kissed look. And I love ours because it doesn't make you look orangey. It's very like subtle, which I love. And then I love a good highlighter. So you highlight right on the apples of the cheeks. And this just helps give your cheeks, it just makes your cheekbones look a little bit higher, and the light will literally reflect off of your skin.
I love that. Margaret says that you would draw a 7. I'm sorry, that wasn't it. That's funny. Instead of the 3, 7.
There you go. There you go. Absolutely. And that really completes and rounds out your basic foundation. Kenzie and I are now going to walk you guys through 2 eye looks. So her eye look is Bright and Lifted, and it's a more basic look. And then my eye look will involve 3 eyeshadows, and we're calling it Simply Smoky, but it really just gives you a nice polished professional look. I use the term smoky loosely because it's not an overly dramatic eye. It can be as subdued or dramatic as you choose to make it. But go ahead, Kenzie, take it away.
You got it. So at Clinique, whether you go on Clinique.com or you go to your local Clinique counter, or whether you are going to be spending time with us later on this afternoon or tomorrow, are different Clinique skin schools. There are makeup skin schools. There are skincare skin schools. And what I will be demonstrating, just like Amy said, is the Bright and Lifted Eye, just in case you wanted to kind of have us walk you through that, just so you knew what it was called. So the Bright and Lifted Eye is my jam, you all. I have one eye done. As you can see, it's pretty minimal, right? Still very polished. And then on this eye, I have nothing. So I'm going to walk you through, again, my everyday makeup look, or everyday eye look, if you will. So I'm going to take Clinique's eye shader brush. You all, this is my favorite Clinique brush of all time. I love this brush because you get lots of, and again, I'm not going to really share the colors because we want to really custom fit the specific products, shadows, and colors and formulas based on your makeup goals. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I did actually go ahead and fill in my brow. We will be more than happy to show you how to get your perfect eyebrow shape. I'm actually just going to use a generic little spoolie just to put them, make sure my little hairs are in place. But at Clinique, we offer lots of brow products based on, again, your concerns, artistry skills, and your lifestyle. So I'm actually going to put some foundation on, concealer first, just like Amy did, to provide a base on the eye. Not too much. I'm going to use the other side of the sponge, and like Amy's, mine is very used because this is my favorite concealer of all time. And this acts as a really nice base. If you you don't necessarily have to use an eye primer. I found, especially with this formula, because it is crease resistant, this is a one and done for me. And I get a little skincare with my makeup. So yes, I love a double duty. I'm a wife and mom of 3 children. So I'm going to take my very neutral Thank you. A very neutral powder. I'm actually going to set, this is the same loose powder that Amy used, just to set the concealer. On my eyelids, and notice I'm just kind of using a kind of a circular blending motion. Then I'm going to take our Clinique eyeshadow brush, and I'm just using a basic brown. I'm actually using, if you all can see, I have a pretty defined kind of sculpt on my cheek. I'm literally using the bronzer that I used on my cheek for my crease, my kind of all over color today, or my crease color.
I love, Kenzie, that our products are like dual purpose, right? You can recreate a whole different look with your bronzer on your eyes and not just your cheeks.
Absolutely. Because this is such a minimal look, if you notice, the way to find the placement of putting this eyeshadow, you could use a brown, you can use a purple. You could use the back of your eyeshadow brush just to find where that sort of bone is. I know I'm like scaring people, but you can find where that bone is, and you wouldn't go above that that kind of bone area in your eye, and just you're literally sweeping back and forth. I would always start and use, if you apply the product on your brush, always give it a little tap, just so you can control the product a little more. And you can always add, it's a little harder to take away, but just remember, you all, when in doubt, blend it out. So if it gets a little, let's just say, let me create just to really have a moment. See how it looks a little dark right there? And I created a dot. I'm going to go back in with that blending brush and see how it's not very blended and she's not really cute. I'm just going to keep blending it back with the original brush that I applied it, just to make it look more soft, but the color is still there. Can we all see? So when in doubt, you blend it out. Next, I'm going to apply my eyeliner. So this is just a basic black eyeliner. I know the chat's going nuts because I can see Margaret cracking up. I like it. And we're just doing the dot, dot, dash. Or you could do the dot, dot, dash. I am getting to be an expert after 11 years. There you are. A tip that I'd love to provide for you all. If you, let's just say you don't get a really straight line where your eyeliner is, you could always go in with your blending brush. And you could do this if you wanted a smoky dramatic eye too. I'm not trying to take your thunder, Amy, but just a tip. You could just kind of blend and smudge into where that line, it doesn't have to be so defined, and you still get the illusion of an eyeliner if you're not an eyeliner maven, because I'm not kidding. It's taken me 10 years to perfect. So a little tip for you all. My other favorite tip, you all, of all time. So I didn't fill in my brow because I wanted to really show you my favorite tip to show all of my clients over the years is to give you a truly perfected and lifted eyebrow look. I'm taking some of my concealer and Clinique's concealer brush. There it is. It's flat and again used. I did my makeup today. And you're going to trace the outside of your eyebrow, or the bottom part of your brow. And notice that this concealer is about 3 shades lighter than my actual foundation. I'm doing this, you all, because no matter what the shape of your brow is, there are a lot of hairs here. I've actually stopped plucking, but you don't have to have the perfect eye shape if you do this concealer tip, because this allows you to create the illusion of what your brows, what you want them to look like, without you having to get them threaded, or you don't even have to add too much brow product, just to give the illusion of them looking a little more natural. So you can actually really go very, very light on your brow product and really emphasize the highlighter. And I'm going back in with my Clinique concealer here, and I'm just blending it down. It's like a little eraser on the top of the brow and the bottom of the brow. I would not don't add any concealer here, but I am going to blend to connect, because if you actually use your concealer here, you're going to get those brick, you know, late 2000 brows that Kenzie used to have on her Facebook page, and that's not cute. Well, not anymore. Well, it never was, just no one told me. Thanks, guys. All right, so I'm just blending into my forehead and blending down. Then you add your favorite mascara and you're done. I'm actually going to pass it right over to Amy so she can show you her makeup look while I apply my mascara.
Actually, Kenzie, we had a question in the chat. They wanted to know if you could repeat the dot dot dash tip on the eyeliner.
Absolutely. So for your eyeliner, let's just say that this is, you would just literally do the dot, dot, dash, if that was your whole eye, right? And that way, instead of having to create a straight line that you could be doing this, you could just connect the dots and stroke to connect, stroke to connect. See that? And then if you mess up, the tip is you can blend that line together so it doesn't have to be so precise when you blend it. And then you get that really, really subtle smoky moment that you can kind of rock this in the daytime and not look too dramatic. See that? Blending is your best friend, y'all. Look at that. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm going to walk you guys through a simply smoky, simply polished eye look. I will be using this quad from Clinique. This is called Morning Java, and this has 4 colors in it. I'm only going to be using 3 today, but one thing I love about our quads, it gives you all the instructions of where to place everything whenever you buy these. So step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and where to put it, which is really cool. But I'm going to walk you through that right now.
Sorry to interrupt you, Amy, but just
Sure.
really quickly for the sake of time, if we could do like an abbreviated version of this eye look, just to make sure that we have enough time for Eve.
Yes,
great.
Absolutely. So first thing you're going to do is take the light color. You're going to go all over the lid. And then I'm just going to take the medium color and go right into the crease. I'm going to be using this kind of coppery brown color right into the crease. And I'm using this little contour brush. And then right on the outer corner, I'm just going to do a darker shade. So this really provides you with just a foolproof. So light all over the lid, medium color into the crease, darker right on the outer corner. So on the darker color, I just make a backward C. And now I'm ready to line my eyes. So pretty easy liquid liner right on top. I usually use my index finger or my middle finger, and I actually anchor my eye. You can apply that dot, dot, dash technique here that Kenzie just showed you.
And that eyeshadow kind of rule of thumb applies for almost every single palette. So the medium, the lighter, and the darker shade. And then again, we'll kind of go slower once we do the one-on-one consultations, depending on what your questions are, or whatever you want to focus on during our one-on-ones.
And then I'm lining my bottom lid with just a regular eyeliner pencil. And then last but not least, I'm going to add mascara. This is our high impact mascara. It's our #1 seller at Clinique, but this is just going to lengthen and volumize your lashes. And I like to just kind of do this wiggle technique. And that actually helps distribute the product evenly.
Absolutely. So we are so grateful that you all decided to spend your afternoon with us. We will put our information in the chat box, and we will hand it back over to Amanda to introduce our stylist.
Yay.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kenzie and Eve. Kenzie and Amy. That was such an informative and just realistic everyday tutorial on skin and makeup. Really appreciate it. And it was so fun just reading the chat and how many questions people have. So again, all of these questions are so personal to face shapes and skin types, etc. That's why it's so incredible that Amy and Kenzie are offering these one-on-one consultations. So please save your questions for your one-on-one consults. That'll be the best way to get them answered. And if you didn't schedule a consult, please feel free to email them directly to get one set up. But again, check your email after this webinar for the date and time of yours if you indicated you were interested in the registration.
And
Also,
Amanda, I'm
just
sorry.
totally fine. Just a reminder, I think there was QR codes that you both mentioned. If you wouldn't mind popping those into the chat, I think I saw some questions about that. That'd be great.
Yes, and then we were also going to share 2 links. If you guys would like a discount on anything that you end up purchasing on Clinique.com, you can get 25% off using these links. So I will pop those up really fast for you guys.
Just for you.
Yeah,
Super exclusive.
we call this our friends and family discount. So there's our bit.ly links right there. If you just want to take a picture with your phone, it shows our bit.ly link and the discount code. So 25% off your order.
Yeah, take a screenshot.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well,
Thank
thank you both so much again. And now I'm really excited to introduce our second, the speaker for the second portion of this event. Her name is Eve Michaels, and she is an internationally acclaimed transformational makeover and image expert. She's been doing this for over 25 years, working with different men and women all over the world. She also has a best-selling book called Dress Code, Ending Fashion Anarchy. I'm so excited that Eve Michaels is here with us today to share some of her style and image empowerment knowledge with you all. So I will hand it over to Eve. And if you wouldn't mind popping the questions in the chat, and if we have some time at the end, I know that Eve would be happy to answer your questions, but she's also going to provide information on how you can follow up with her after this. So over to you, Eve. Oh, let me go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. So I'm very excited to be with you all. Is the screen okay now? Yeah.
Looks great.
Okay, good. I've had the privilege of working with people from all over the planet. I've taught in Europe and Asia and to all types of executives and stay-at-home moms. And when I used to do my image and beauty boot camps, I was so privileged to have a veteran from the Iraq War that wanted a makeover to get back to civilian life. And also there was an airline pilot, a female airline pilot. So I worked with everybody, and it was a great experience for me to help them through that transition, which I'm hoping to help all of you do today. And what I found, I also worked with outplacement. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it's when an executive loses their job, they send them to a firm that helps them recalibrate their image, their attitude, their whole look, so they can go get a better job. And I did that for years too. I wish I had hours and hours to be with you, but today I'm just going to touch on a lot of the psychology and how-to tips of interviewing, because I have literally helped thousands of people in my career. And you flatter me by saying I have 25 years experience, but I actually have 52 years of experience. I'm a grandmother of 2, mother of 3, stepmom of 2. I've been doing this since I was 15 years old and certified for 32 years. So anyway, so I love what I do. And do ask me questions as we go along. My contact info, yes, imagebyeve@gmail.com. So thank you, Sharon, for saying I look great. I'm trying to keep it together, girl. Anyway, thank you. So I think a lot of image and confidence with interviewing is knowing that you get to. This is an opportunity for you all to shine. Should I be looking at you, Amanda? Because I feel like I keep moving around. Yes?
You're doing perfectly.
Thank you. I've never taught on a visual before, visual reality or online like this before. I'm usually on a big stage, so forgive me if I kind of stumble through this a little. Anyway, to me, when you, about anything in life, and I learned this from a very famous reverend of the Agape International Spiritual Center in LA, when I used to live there, when, yes, that's correct, image@gmail.com. When you say, oh, do I have to put on makeup? And I'm sure you hear this all the time. Do I have to fix my hair? Do I have to get dressed? Do I have to steam my clothes? And if you can just change that to I get to, it takes it from being drudgery to an exaltation of your beauty and what you can show the world. If you learn one thing from me, it would be to love who you are, love how you look, and let the beauty of who you are, your experience, your expertise, your education, your soul shine through. Because when you get called to do an interview, they have already seen your resume, right? They've seen your resume, they like it. What do? They set up a meeting, either online or now pretty soon, I think we'll be going back to a lot in person. And so what they're trying to do is see how they feel about you. And now it's your job to make your personal, your appearance, your image, which we'll break down in a second, match their expectations based on what they read in your resume. Does that make sense? Any questions about that? So what is image? First of all, let me explain to you. It used to take, when I first started training, they said it took 30 seconds for someone to form an opinion about you based on your appearance. Anybody know what it is now? It's 5 to 7 seconds. That quick. And they're going to decide whether they want to hear what you have to say, or if they don't like your appearance, they kind of close off. They'll be polite, but they'll close off. If you present yourself properly, they'll lean forward and they'll be drawn to you. And that's what we want. So any image, any image is, this is interesting statistic, 55% appearance, 38% is your words, and only 7% is your voice. Now, if you have a high, squeaky, weird voice and it's kind of annoying, that could distract people. But if you have a normal cadence and normal voice, it just goes along with your image. But most of your image is your appearance and your words, and then we even include your body language. So just be aware that it's not just hair, makeup, clothing, but it's your attitude, your energy, your body language, but it's a visual. And when they meet you, they snap a subconscious, kind of like a Polaroid, the old-fashioned Polaroid, they just snap, or you would say a digital photo, and they store what you look like in your mind, in their mind, every time they go to think about you. You email them, you set up another appointment, a communication, what comes up? The picture of what they saw when they met you online, through your computer, or in person. So your job is to meet or exceed their expectations with your image. And that means taking some time to really, really fix your hair, put on great makeup. Thank goodness we have Kenzie and Amelia to help you with that. I insist on all of my clients having makeup lessons at least twice a year. Spring, summer, fall, winter, right? You change it with the season, you change it with the trend. So your hair and your makeup need to be updated and fresh, and your clothing clean, pulled together and pressed. But now let's talk about the impact that all this has. Clothing has a direct impact on how people think and feel about themselves and how they think and feel about you. How many, most of you interviewing for tech positions, I was told. Is that correct, Amanda? Most of you interviewing in the tech field, medical field?
A lot of different fields. Yeah, I can't say one is more dominant than the other.
You have to do your homework, please. Go online, look up that company, see what their dress standards are. And I really implore you all to dress as good or better than the industry standards. I have never in my career helped someone polish and look amazing that was ever told they look too good. The only mistake you can really make is in tech. If you go to interview in a suit or a skirt suit or two-state of a blazer kind of a look, and everyone there works in t-shirt and shorts or denims. However, and I know because we have friends who own huge tech companies, you don't go show up in a t-shirt and khakis or shorts. you go a step above. So not a suit, but a nice blouse, a dressy t-shirt, you've got your belt, a pair of casual slacks, but nice, decent shoes, even if they're, or high-tech sneaks, but you pull a look together. Because when you are pulled together, it tells them that you are together. When you have every detail mapped out, your hair looks polished, your makeup is on right, your accessories flatter you. When you do all that, it tells them that with your work, you'll be detail oriented. And if you take pride in your appearance, the message that sends is you take pride in your work. So there's a lot of subconscious messaging going on when you create your image and when they see you. If you, as I said, if you don't make a good first impression, they're just going to close off. You make a good first impression, you usually are offered a better salary, more vacation pay, better benefits. I know that sounds strange and it shouldn't be that way, but I've studied this, taken courses for 31 years, and this is not me making this up. This is what goes on in the world of interviews. When we talk about, how many of you are familiar with the law of attraction? Anybody? Law of attraction? So what is it? We want to all be attractive. And there's no coincidence that when you're attractive, you attract what you want in this life. So sometimes we think, especially in the United States, I hate to say this, and I love my country. You can see my book has the American flag, because I say in the very beginning that, and this has nothing to do with politics, if you don't want to look good for yourself to get a great job, make more money, and draw what you want, okay, well, then do it for your work. Well, if you don't want to do it for your work, for God's sake, do it for your children. If you don't want to do it for your children, do it for your country, because we're the America everybody meets. So you know that, having been in service, right? They made you, when you were in service, be perfectly dressed, perfectly groomed at all times. So I would say use those amazing skills and carry them forward. If you interview online, it's extremely important that you look great from the waist up. Now, I think, can you see what I'm wearing from the waist up at all? Now, should I stand up? Will that help? Can you see it all? Yes? A little bit more? Okay. So what you wear in a normal situation online, it's very important you have a little jewelry on, that your colors flatter your face, because it's like going to a restaurant. You walk in and walk out with great shoes and everybody sees that, or great high heels. But when you're seated at a computer or in a restaurant or at an interview, it's very important what you're showing people from the waist up. So pay particular attention that you look lovely from the waist up. Are we okay on time? Yes? We're okay on time?
Yes, I'm gonna have you go to the end and then we'll have questions.
Okay, so I have about another 15 minutes.
Got 8 minutes.
Oh boy, okay. So the basics then of how do you prepare your image for an interview? First of all, whatever client I work with, I do a color analysis. So I'm going to ask all of you to do a mini one with me, because color has an energy and a resonance of its own. And it's super important that we wear colors, as you ladies know, teach makeup, that flatter our skin, hair, and eye tones. And when you color your hair, you really don't want to go more than a couple of shades away from your natural coloring. So when I was younger, just like my 9-year-old granddaughter, I had brown with a lot of red in my hair. Have I embellished it? Yes, but I've stayed close. And when I find that people don't, they never look as good. So let's do a quickie color quiz. I want you to ask yourselves if you look good in black, all black, do you look good in white, or do you look better in creams, beiges, and browns? If you look really great in black and white, meaning that, look, everyone wears black and almost everyone tries to wear white. But when Amanda, for example, you're wearing cream today, yes? The camera looks like you're wearing an ivory. She has a lot of softness, if I can use you for an example. She has soft skin, peachy pinky skin, and she has soft blonde in her hair. Her eyes are more intense, but again, there's a softness to their gray blue eyes. So you probably look better in cream than white. And so that's important to know, because colors will draw people to you or push them away. So keep that in mind. All right, that's the first question. You can write down cream and brown, which is warm, black, white, those jewel tones, those are cool colors. Now, what color is the color of your veins? I have some big veins here. Can you see it? Yes? I have some big veins. And if you look in bright light, and I do this in person, my blood in my veins is teal. It is not blue, it is teal, which is like a blue-green. If you all take a moment to look at your wrists and see, find a vein in a good bright light, if your veins are blue, that is a cool color, cool. If it is teal, chances are you have warm coloring like me. And this has nothing to do with ethnicity. I have taught this to every race and every possible coloring person you can imagine, and it always holds true. So find a vein. If it's blue, very blue, it's cool. And if you have teal, it's more warm. And then another test we do in person, and you can do these, and then when you have questions, you can send me your photo and we can try to figure out your coloring together. But you squeeze, can you see that? You squeeze your finger. And the blood in my finger, when I do that, is a brick color. It's brick. When I hold it next to women who have cool coloring, it looks very pinky red or red. If you have warm coloring, it will look more brick. And try it with a friend who has different coloring because you'll be able to see the difference. The importance about all this is, how many of you have heard about Color Me Beautiful and the four seasons of color? Yes, autumn, spring, winter, and summer. If you take the world as a globe, summer and winter are cool colors, and autumn and spring are warm. And your coloring looks like the way the world looks during that season. So I could be an autumn leaf. And if I'm guessing right on Amanda, she could be the beach at summertime. Sandy beach with the aquatic blue eyes, and there's so much light that it kind of mutes your coloring down a little. And then people with winter coloring have very strong coloring. They wear all the basics, primary colors, jewel tones. And the summer, and then spring, they wear bright and lively colors. If any of you are confused or you want me to send you a picture of a color palette, I can help you with that. Send me your picture in natural lighting. Tell me what you think you are and what colors you resonate to. Another great tip is, if you were given a mansion with an unlimited budget and you got to start from scratch, what color scheme, 3 colors would you have your mansion in? Meaning, what would you want to be surrounded in? You can see behind me, I have a red-orange wall. So in our house, we have golds, red, oranges. The walls are vanilla white. My husband and I are both autumns, and we love warm tones. Okay, so you want to know your color, and I'll speed through this. So getting ready for an interview or looking great really is an art and a science. The art side is you put your artistic flair in. The science is knowing your colors. And then number 2, what's your inner line? What is your facial shape? You will eat 2 basic groups. You either have a contoured facial shape. I'm seeing a big name on my screen. Can you still see me? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Because it says Linda Jackson. So hello. I don't see Amanda anymore. But anyway, so you have a facial shape that is either curved or, it's either curved or it's angular. Curved facial shapes are round, oblong, oval, heart, pear. And if you've ever had yours analyzed, most people don't know their facial shape. And I ask them, have you ever looked in the mirror? And it's amazing. People go through their whole lives and they don't know their own facial shape. And then the angular ones are rectangle, which I am, longer rectangle, and square, diamond, and diamond. Oh, I wrote them all down. 1 second. Rectangle, square, diamond, a triangle, and inverted triangle. But you don't need to know the exact. You just need to know, do you have curves or are you more angular? Pointed jaw, more pointed in the peak here, angular face. Why is that important? Because when you pick your interview outfit or any clothes, you want to mimic. That's your inner line. You want to mimic by, for example, with makeup. If you have an angular face, you make your eyebrows more angular. You're wearing a deep lipstick, you make more of a peak at the Cupid's bow. You make it more angled with your contouring. a softer facial shape, you round out the brows more, softer application. Same with your necklines, your jewelry, everything. If you're angled, is more angular. So today, I don't know if you can see this, I have angles in my print. I don't like cutesy floral prints usually. I like more angular. I'm wearing a medallion necklace, this vintage piece, because I want to create more of a V, because normally I look better in a V neck. So when you have a curved facial shape, you look better in rounded lapels, neckline, jewelry, handbags, belts, soft prints. When you have an angular face, you really want to wear more angular, structured neckline prints, shapes, and that will serve you well, because if you wear the right color and the right shapes, that will draw people to you. And then the other thing we need to know is how much or how little contrast do you have?
We're about at time. So
Okay.
we're at 1:00.
Okay.
So if there's
All right.
a summary.
Okay. All right. So what I basically said, I'd love to coach y'all more. So please email me. You can email me 2 questions, even 3. You can email me a photo. But I want you to mimic, balance, and flatter who you are. Remember that you direct how people see you. You're in control. If you have a very big bust line, you want to diminish it, wear a sports bra, and don't put bright colors on your bust. Put the stronger colors on the bottom. You can do the reverse. And it always astounds me that people don't realize you're the director, like in a movie. People will notice what you want them to notice. Just like makeup, you camouflage or accentuate through your clothing, hair, makeup, and jewelry accessory choices what you want people to see. And then I will just say, use your veteran experience to groom, polish, groom, everything pulled together. And get some help with your hair, because that's your crowning glory. Have your brows shaped and just shine, and know this is your moment to be your best, because you get to. Do you have any questions? I wish we had more time. Oh God, I could speak for 2 hours.
I know we packed so much into this hour, and I know that there are so many questions, but Eve has been so generous to provide her email address and is offering that anyone who's attended this webinar can follow up and provide a photo, and she's really excited to talk to you about face shape and coloring and other.
Yes, and listen, I'm not trying to promo my book, but it's on sale on Amazon. I think it's like $9.97. This is everything about how to do your own makeover, the why-to and the how-tos. If you read it and then you want to discuss some of it with me, we can chat or email. But I really know that if you polish yourselves well and follow the makeup advice you're getting through Clinique and through me, you have a great chance to have a wonderful job. Remember, people don't know how much money you have or anything. They only know what they see. So dress as if, act as if, and you become as if. And I have done it in my life, and I've done it with thousands of people. So remember that confidence and that your image will help you project is what they want. They want a confident, knowledgeable, wonderful person. You're all going to get a great job.